Hi guys, welcome back to Planet Mithril. My name is Mithril, and today I am continuing my Battlefield Basics series. This series of videos that shows you how to get your pile of shame painted up, ready for the tabletop, quickly, easily, and in no time at all, and also looking pretty excellent if I do say so myself. And today I'm continuing my journey through the Fellowship with Master Samwise the Brave. That's it. The true hero of Middle-earth is now joining the ranks of the Battlefield Basics series. That's right, I am talking about the wonderful, courageous, and faithful Samwise Gamgee. Once again, from the Mines of Moria Plastic Fellowship box. A lot of different portrayals of the model have different paint schemes. The Mines of Moria version seems to have a lot more blue on there, whereas the old original Fellowship metal sculpt has more greens and kind of washed out pastels. So we're going to be tackling this as it is on the box art for the old Mines of Moria Fellowship and for this Fellowship in particular, with some blues and greens. And I think, honestly, either way looks good. So it doesn't matter how you plan to paint your Sam, either way looks good. He is courageous and brave enough to support any paint scheme you put on him. But I'll be working my Sam off a black undercoat which I've applied prior to painting using Chaos Black spray. Brush is ready, let's get to it. I'm starting off by base coating Master Samwise's face, hands and feet using Bugmans Glow. All the skin is being shaded down using Reikland Fleshshade. Now I'm building in the shape of Sam's facial structure and defining the fingers, toes and musculature over both hands and feet now using Cadian Fleshtone, leaving the Reikland showing in the grooves and recesses. All of Sam's hair now, over his head and his feet, has been given a base coat using Steel Legion Drab. Which in turn is all being shaded down using Agrax Earthshade. With this thoroughly dry, I'm going over all the hair now and applying a highlight using Tallarn Sand. You can see how I'm being quite targeted here, carefully trying to pick out the individual hairs. The texture and definition of these plastic sculpts is very hit and miss, so it's just a case of trying to draw out as much detail from some of these unfortunately flatter areas as possible. I'm base coating his inner shirt area now using Rakarth Flesh, working from the innermost part outwards to make my life a little bit easier here. I'm going back over the shirt now with a layer using Krieg Khaki, leaving the Rakarth Flesh showing in the recesses, folds and divots. All of Sam's jacket now, I'm giving a base coat using Dark Reaper, making sure to get all up into the arms, the inner lining and any straggly bits that are poking out underneath the shoulder strap. His sword and any pots and pans and cutlery over his back, and of course the Goblin Bonker 2000 are all being base coated now using Leadbelcher. All the metals in the blue jacket now are being shaded down together using Nuln Oil, letting this stain the silvers and working into the recesses and creases of the jacket. With this shade thoroughly dry now, I'm going over and layering up the blue jacket using Thunderhawk Blue, focusing on the lining, edging and the creases present particularly around the elbows and the arm bends. All the silvers now are being edge highlighted using Stormhost Silver. His trousers are being base coated using Corvus Black, and yes, it would have made much more sense to do this with the jacket and silvers. My bad. Which are in turn also being given a shade using Nuln Oil. Definitely saves time to tackle these last three parts together. Now with the second Nuln Oil wash dry, the trousers are being layered up using Eshin Grey, leaving the shade showing in the recesses and around the back of the trouser leg, where the cloak obscures more shadow. I'm now base coating Sam's cloak using Lupercal Green, a nice dark green to complement the tone of the blues. You can see that for some reason Lupercal doesn't cover very well, so this will need a few coats to get a nice smooth finish. When you're happy with the finish on the cloak, it's time to apply shade now using Poxwalker. Now I'm taking some Kabalite Green and applying a layer to the cloak. Again, as with the other cloth, focusing on the folds and ripples over the material, leaving the Poxwalker shade showing in the recesses. The slight blue tinge to the Kabalite really complements that blue of the jacket, in my honest opinion. Now any belts, straps, satchels, utensils, pouches, backpack sections under the sausages, frankly, anything Mr. Frodo is too lazy to carry himself, is being base coated using Dryad Bark. With all the browns now being given a targeted shade using Agrax Earthshade. And these sections are now all being highlighted using Gorthor Brown. And finally, what is possibly the best little detail on any Samwise sculpt to date, the strings of sausages down his back are being picked out with Bugmans Glow. Well, I couldn't very much tackle our fated ring bearer in a Battlefield Basics video and not tackle his trusty, faithful companion next, could I? Samwise Gamgee, wielding frying pan and sausages galore, is ready to accompany his master on his journey to Mount Doom. I guess this means we're tackling the whole fellowship now, so stay tuned for the next member to hit the Battlefield Basics series very soon. Now all that's left is basing, and you can see how I've done that in my 5-minute basis playlist. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and hit that bell to make sure you never miss a Mithril upload. And thank you so much to all our patrons. Your support helps keep the lights on at Mithril Towers. And until next time guys, take care, and as always, happy hobbying.